Okay, so if you've been using Suno, and this video is for people who use Suno already and know a little bit about it and are struggling with a particular problem. And that problem is this, okay, where Suno is telling you uploaded audio matches existing work of art. Please upload a different audio file. Well, you don't want to do that because it's your audio. And just to set a little bit more context here, say you've been working in Suno, you have written a song. I write all my own songs, melodies, and I will sing those into Suno, and it'll help sort of create the backing track to support whatever I've given it. And then I take that and I'm like, cool, I'm going to work with that now. I'll download the stems. I'll remove the vocals that Suno had, which sang, it covered my vocals, and then I will re-sing it in my voice. And it's uploading that thing now to say, okay, here's how I would sing it. Maybe it hasn't got it quite right. I sort of work with it to get the kind of vocals I want. And I now have a song I want to upload. And it's at this point that Suno is saying, hold on, it matches an existing work of art. Now, I haven't been getting this message every single time, but it has been happening more recently, and out there in different communities, people are complaining about it. And so here's what I found is that rather than trying to upload that song as a new audio into a Suno project folder, excuse me, to do some sort of cover or anything like that, what I do is I actually open up the song, let's call it the original version. Okay. So in this case, I'm in Suno Studio. I have the song here. The song is called The One, and this is the version 10A use. Okay. So this is the version. And, what I did was I then extracted, just the vocals and the instrumental, which you do here via the extract. If you don't know, again, I'm going to assume you do know some of this stuff. Otherwise, there are just too many things to tell you how to do. So you've extracted and brought those in. Okay. And so now these two middle tracks here basically equal the original track. Now what I've done with them is this original track was too high. It wasn't at the right pitch for how I sing. So I downloaded that. I transposed it down by 3 in Logic Pro. I recorded with that, and then I uploaded just my vocals for that. Not great vocals, but still my vocals. Okay. And by the way, if this in any way proves helpful, I'd love it if you subscribe to support the channel and like this video. There's more to come where I'll be showing my workflows and how to do different things to get your songs sounding the way you want them to sound. So what I've done is I've brought my vocal track, which is, well, let's start by showing you what the original song sounds like. Just a snippet. Let's go.
You call my name, your voice cut through a barren land, and when you found me, you held out your nail scarred. You came to find me. No one else could do the same. Okay.
So one of the reasons, I'm sure like many of you out there, you've wanted your own voice in the songs anyway. It's just perhaps, for whatever reason, you can't get your voice into a mix that sounds radio friendly or radio ready. And also just, it didn't sing that right there. So as I say, I've gone and sung it myself. But the quality of that is not radio ready. So this is what it sounds like when I have uploaded my vocal to match it with those instrumentals, and I've brought the extracted stems down by 3. I've transposed them down, which you can do over here. So I'm just clicking on there, and you can see over here, it says -3. So I've done that in both of these tracks, and that matches what I uploaded. I dragged and dropped my audio into this track over here and named it My Vox. And I had to align it slightly because it didn't line up perfectly, but it should line up now. So let's see if that plays properly. So this is what the song sounds like now with the extracted stems, the backing instrumental, and my vocal moved down 3 octaves, if that's the correct term, transposed down 3 steps, shall we say. No one else could do the same. I didn't know you. Okay, so I now want to use my own voice. But if you didn't want to use your own voice, but you just wanted to rework it somehow, then you can just, the steps are partly the same. So I'm going to select this and select that. So now I've selected both of those tracks combined. Okay, now before I do anything more, over here on the left, because it's like, here's what I did earlier. Basically, you'll then click to remix. And when you do that, you'll end up, it'll create this track over here. When you found me, you held out. Okay, so that is what we were just hearing. It's my uploaded audio plus the instrumental. And then over here where it says MV the one, that is my own voice recording just these vocals. Okay, so and we added that. If you don't know, I've gone into voice over here and I created a voice. You follow the steps that it instructs you, and I uploaded that audio track of just me singing the song. Okay. And then when that was done, when I went through the steps to do that, I then add that. So what we're doing here is we are pushing Suno to say, this is how I sound. Okay. So we're telling it to use this voice. We're telling it to sing it this way. I made some changes with the way it pronounced things and I didn't like that. So I needed it to do it differently. So the word needed, I've done needed like that. So that was one of the things I wanted to fix when singing it, myself. Okay. And then over here, it has pulled in this style based on, its own determination of what I gave it. But what I do in order to make it get better at matching my own voice and the original song, it definitely is not perfect, but what I do is I remove this style, because what I found is if I give it a style here, I think because of how Suno learns, it brings in qualities of voices out there, and it puts that into the vocal. So even though the tone might be similar to your own vocal, like my accent is not an American accent. And so I don't sing fully, like, I sing more like this accent, but somewhere slightly between. And so if I go and put in a style, I found that style will get sort of more and more like a heavy kind of American accent, which is not how I naturally sing. So I remove the style, and then down here in more options, I've got style turned up to 100. I've found that it makes no difference whether it's at 0 or 100 really, because there's no style for it to follow. I'm trying to get it to follow just the audio track that has been provided for the cover. But what I do turn up to 100, and it does make a difference, is the audio influence, because I want it to really be influenced by that upload. So weirdness all the way down to 0. Experiment here with these dials, but basically the one important one is 100 over here, and then I number them so I can keep track of what I'm doing, and I say 0, 100, 100. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that style all the way down to 0 just for the purpose of this one, and let's see what it does. Now I'm going to hit create here. And by the way, when you click create in Studio, if you don't already know this, it's going to put the covers that it creates, it's going to put them in the project folder where this original song, The One, sits. So I've got that open in a different tab. We'll go there. I've created quite a few of these before now. So you'll see how it creates, the sound, to sound as close as possible to your voice. Okay. So I'm going to hit create. Now, this can be hit and miss sometimes. I mean, I've had to create some pretty bizarre sounding, like, genres, which was crazy. And that might have something to do with the fact that I don't have style in this field. So it can be hit and miss that way. But I have found, again, that if I do guide the style strongly here, it changes my voice more than I want it to. So some you win, some you lose. So let's go over now to where these are, so that I can just kind of skip ahead through them to get you to hear how it sounds as a full production, and as and how similar it is to my voice. And by the way, we're already winning, right? Because it's created something. Because if we wouldn't have been able to do that by uploading it separately. So if anything, we've been able to get our own vocal and backing track into Suno. So that's a win if that's all you achieve. Now we'll listen to what it gave. As I say, sometimes it's hit and miss. If these ones don't turn out in this particular example well, I've got one from before I hit record where we can compare my voice and the output. But let's give this one a listen.
You came to find me when I was out there alone. You found me hiding, broken, right down to the bone. You called my name, your voice cut through a barren land. And when you found me, you held out your nail-scarred hand. You came to find me, no one else could do the same.
Okay, so I immediately recognize that tone as being pretty close to mine. So if we just go over here and listen to the original, well, with my vocal, calling that the original now.
You came to find me when I was out there alone.
Okay, so you can hear the imperfection, right? The and all that sort of stuff. Even with tuning on, so clearly I need to learn how to do that better. But you can hear that tone. You can hear that it's me. So, and the song, the sounds, you know, the music, the backing track, when combined in here, sounds very much like the one that we gave it.
I didn't know you, yet you call me by my name. Did not deserve your saving.
So you can hear, like, did not deserve. I don't normally sing quite with that accent, but I think when I did this recording, I might have. So I think I'm trying to get used to singing with my natural accent. I think of I think of it almost as if, like, what is my church singing voice? I don't go into church here in England and sing with, you know, an American accent. So I'm trying to be more natural with how I sing rather than copying an American accent just for the sake of it. But anyway, there you can see, we were able to get past that annoying message by opening the song in Suno Studio, extracting the stems, uploading an audio version of, uploading an audio recording of your own vocal, putting it in there so that you have now the instrumental and just your voice, ignore the other stuff, and then do a cover version of those two together, selecting your own voice as a voice setting over here. And if you wanted to over here in model, you can use models you've made as well. You can only create 3. I normally create one every time I'm working on a song where the model name matches the song. In this case, because it's my voice and everything, I just used a different model for one of my other songs, and it doesn't make a difference, thankfully. So I make sure that there's a model that's trained on my voice. Then there's the voice, that's my voice. And then I upload me singing that as well, as the cover track to create. So all of that combined helps to tell Suno to get your voice sounding like your voice. And it seems to, so far, by working in studio, it doesn't tell us that it is a pre-existing work of art. So I hope that helps. It was kind of a combined thing going on here. One was how to bypass that problem. The other, how to actually get it to sound more like you. So if one or both of those help, that's great. I hope you like and subscribe, and I will put out more videos showing my workflows and how to achieve specific things. But Suno is like everything's interwoven, right? So it's hard to sort of talk about one thing without talking about another thing that's happening too. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. I'll see you again in another video. And if you are interested in learning more about Suno, just mention in the comments the sort of difficulties and things you're having. I am working on a short course to really help you hit the road running and get the song that you want without all of the fluff. So let me know, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye bye.